We were testing a few Gallade decks on stream, and this one I feel like started to feel like our strongest one. At one point we had Slab in here, but I think we were just kind of trolling with that. This is new routes, new Kirlia, of course, because they are, you know, colorless, only requiring 1 energy. And then we have Gallade EX, 2 fighting energy to use Energized Blade. This does 20 more damage for every energy that your opponent has on them in that active spot. So if you get the right Pokemon in there, you know, think of Gyarados or something like that, even Darkrai. These things are usually stacked with energy, and we can do a ton of damage to them. The rest of the deck has a Hitmonlee, because if you can put a Hitmonlee in a deck, you do it. We have Mars Shadow and a Farfetch'd, X-Speed, couple of Pokeballs, couple of Communications, a Giant Cape, a Rocky Helmet, a couple of Researches, and a few Cyruses. We actually had some really good games with this on stream. I do think you could tweak this a bit, but a lot of it I would keep. You maybe could drop Marshadow from this deck, maybe drop Farfetch for a little more consistency trying to grab some of your basics. I think that's a decent option as well. But there you go, a little Gallade for you. Enjoy, everybody. Could I try Dialga Golem? I kind of get the idea as fun, but I don't know. Has Garchie been working out for me? We've had some good games with it. You requested Kabutops Lucario. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, I'll add that to the list. I did not see that. Sorry about that. They could attack right away. They don't want to. We have Kirlia and Gallade, so it's like I don't really want to. I don't really want to comms here yet. Once again, we have no professors. Let me add it here. Where'd my notes go for my decks? Here we go. Lucario Kabutops. They decide not to hit. Fine for us. This could get us our Gallade. We have Pokeball and other Gallade. So great, so we have some options here. Pokeball will pull, hopefully, routes, which it does. We can now power our bench. This only takes 2, so I actually can still power our active spot, but we don't need to. They can't get me for 60 right away. We're just gonna have to wait here. I definitely want to try a Porygon deck, but I haven't pulled them yet. Porygon's really fun. Been a YouTube watcher since Pocket's launch. Love the vids and have a great time playing the Magnetone lead deck. Oh, nice! Thanks for stopping by, Rule of Cruel. I've been trying to run 2 Gallade, 1 Lee, 1 Drud for a wall. Oh, and a Mew. That could be fun. I like that. Palkia could be disgusting. In your last vid, you mentioned Dragon being too inconsistent due to the 2 different energy requirements. Maybe a trainer that draws energy. Yeah, I think if there's a Dragon trainer that guarantees the energy you get, that could be massive. I get to retreat here. Next turn they'll have 3. However, if they land a really lucky Misty, we're in trouble. I think I power 1 on Marshadow here to kind of like put them in position to be worried. And then I don't even need to X-Speed also. They're going to have to make a play. Yeah. I could use this routes as Sabrina bait, I guess. That's a possibility. They still would need to get lucky with a Dimensional Storm here and a Misty. Because they've already pulled a Misty, so they'd have to be playing 2 Misties in a row and hitting. And the nice thing is, if they play Misty, they can't get to Gallade, right? They need Sabrina. If they put another energy on Palkia, they're in trouble. Because I can start cracking them. Am I casting EUIC? I am. I'll be casting Pokemon Unite at EUIC. Yes. I'll be there. I leave next week. Okay, they do decide to leave. I think that's a good play. They can wash out right here. But then they lose a ton of energy. This feels pretty chaotic. Because I am going to KO them. Alright? This is like, it's 3 energy down right here. Huh. Peruglia, Manaphy, Articuno. That's so funny, little Zero. I was thinking of making that exact deck because I have a Peruglia deck that I liked. So, yeah, this is tough for them. I'm about to completely wreck Vaporeon and all of their energy in one. So, it's tough. We'll see what they can do about it. I could put Routes down. I also could try to pull something else from the deck. Routes isn't too terrible for us. I could power up another Gallade, possibly. So, yeah. All their energy is gone. And it's going to take them multiple turns to get Palkia online. However, I don't hit Palkia for very much, to be fair. Right? Without any energy on Palkia, I really don't do a ton of damage to it. Yeah, GG. I think losing all that energy is just too much. Right? I think you can't lose all that energy there. You kind of need to save it. Water. So you start Routes here, I feel like. Marsh out of the bench. We've got other Routes which we can use comms on. What's up, Rich? We have Kirlia. Not bad. If they hit continuous steps and beat me, that's just a good game. We throw down other routes. Is Alolan Raichu confirmed? It is, yeah. Would it be possible to give this list a try? I might run that here in a little bit. Arbok, Wheezing, Darkrai. It's a good deck. I think the tough thing is you just do better with just Wheezing Darkrai, but it's not a bad deck. It's a great start for them. They got Magikarp, they got Eevee, Manaphy to power. Perfect start for their deck, right? We go straight into Kirlia here. Next turn, I mean, they can Vaporeon retreat, but they can't hit me for 60. Or excuse me, 80. We slap here. What does Alolan Raichu confirm for? Oh, for Pokemon Unite. Hitmonlee would be great here. It really would. They hit Palkia as well. So they have a Palkia Gyarados deck. If I hit Lee next turn or Pokemon comms, I'm obviously looking for Misty. Misty could be massive. Misty could be huge. I'm using a lot of matches using Kingler, Mamoswine. Ooh, I have not tried that yet. Doesn't sound ideal. Magikarp Lee would be so big. So big. We get Farfetch'd. I've got a Pokemon comms. At least the routes. I don't need both. See what we can get. Gallade. Okay. Well, I could put Gallade in. They don't have enough to take it down with Palkia yet. It does give us a KO here. I also can retreat to Farfetch'd and pick up the KO and try to tank some of the damage. Or I could just keep the pressure on with Gallade. They need Vaporeon to stop this. So I think we're going to have to just go for it. Whatever they've got, I mean, we survive a hit from both Palkia and Gyarados. And if they don't have Eevee, they can't move the energy. So they're going to have to... They're going to either have to top deck Gary. That has to be Gary. Or the next card has to be Gary. Or they're in a lot of trouble. It's not a bad spot for us. Yeah, pretty good situation. Palkia's... They're putting Palkia out, which tells me they don't have Gary. At least they didn't. They could now. Getting Vaporeon right now would be unfortunate for us because we can't hit Palkia for much damage next turn. They're only going to have 1 energy on it, but we can power Marshadow. They hit Magikarp, so they've pulled Gary, it sounds like. Yeah, they have to have, right? I feel like 4 energy on that Carp is so scary. Wow, they didn't. Wow. Okay. They didn't pull it. We have our X speed, but it doesn't give us what we need yet. I think I just keep swinging here. We do some damage. They have to remove Palkia now and bring in Gyarados. Gyarados hits me for 140, which is pretty great. But it doesn't KO me, and it has a lot of energy attached to it. If they don't have a way to heal Palkia, we have Cyrus, and we can pull in Palkia. So if they can't KO Gallade right now, they're in trouble. What they would need is Vaporeon and Geo. They need Vaporeon and Geo. They bring up Eevee. I guess they could get phenomenally lucky here. Let's see. This is a pretty good deck into a lot of water decks, right, that are so energy hungry. Oh my gosh. I was about to say, could you imagine the run? The run! And that's game. Cyrus, the virus. GG. GG. Why aren't you playing with Luca and Gallade? I don't know. I don't know if you need it, honestly. I don't know that Lucario is that important for it, but it could be good. Hey, this is the midway point of the video where I want to let you know there's a big spider behind you. If there was a big spider behind you, let me know in the comments. You may be entitled to compensation. We'll start swinging with Duck. I could hold Duck for comms, but we're going to start swinging. I love my Blaine deck. The one I keep seeing has a Magmar in it, but it seems not optimal to me. I just run Rapidash, Ninetales, and that's it. Do you think that's optimal with or without Magmar? I think you can definitely play it without Magmar. I can't slab yet. Yeah, you can play it without Magmar. I was running Magmar a little bit when Celebi was so popular because it had a really nice breakpoint into it. But without Celebi, I think it's totally fine. You don't need to. I might have to Pokemon comms here. If I got Marshadow, that would be good, you know? Celebi has Eclipse Misty as the most hated card in the game. Maybe. People really don't like it. You're not wrong. We need something. We're in a weird spot. Hitmonlee's actually not bad for us. But I kind of need to get routes online or we're cooked. So I think I have to comms Lee. Because I just think we're not going to make it if we don't get it. And we did hit, so. Okay. I can power this right now. If they Thunder Spear Farfetch'd, it goes down. So I feel like I kind of have to power Kirlia because Farfetch'd is a one-hit KO here. The only problem is I can get 40 damage on it right now. It's a little tough. It's a little tough. I think I have to go with Kirlia, unfortunately. They can get me in 2, though. But I have to go with Kirlia. And then I can later do something about Farfetch'd. I think they're going to Thunder Spear the bench. Yeah. So I have to evolve into Gallade here, but luckily I have that. We have routes as well. I can use routes to grab something. Which I think is the call. Gives us some options here. Routes grabs us Kirlia. And gives us less options than we'd like. Now I can attack with Farfetch'd. And now if they don't hit Farfetch'd, we take Electabuzz down here. Which isn't too bad. You really enjoying your Dragonite deck lately? Dragonite's really cool. I wish the card had a little more value, but Dragonite's really cool. The problem with Dragonite is just, if you brick, it adds one more way to brick in a game where, like, the worst thing you can do is just not get your cards. They don't have enough energy here. I'm going to KO them. They're maybe they go Sabrina here, but even if they do, I think they should retreat this. probably, right? Yeah, you can't overcomplicate Dragonite. It is just wall install. I know a lot of people are trying like Manaphy, Magnezone, all this stuff. You're adding more ways for it to go wrong. And they professored, so they don't have Volkner, but they might have just pulled it. So they could retreat, put the energy on Electivire, retreat right now, and then they'll have it next turn with Volkner. Or they'll have it kind of in 2 turns with Volkner. Right? You've been super successful with Darkrai Weezing. Darkrai Weezing's great. Yeah, it's a great deck. Did they retreat? Pachirisu? Huh. I think they overthought that. Unfortunate for them. X speed. I could X speed here. If this is Marshadow, I don't. Oh, Hitmonlee. I like you. I like you. I don't see a reason not to keep the energy right now, except I could make a Lee play later with X speed. So I am going to hold my X speed. We'll take the KO. If I use both professors, only one. We do take some damage, but we're not in the worst spot. 110 HP. Both Zap and Patch can't really do that much to us here. We haven't given up a point yet either, because we were able to keep Farfetch'd healthy. Any thoughts on counters to Executor Celebi other than Gary Zard? I mean, I think Infernape is really good into it. Infernape, I have lots of fire decks. Yeah, Blaine deck. Blaine's pretty good into it too. Roasts them pretty fast. If I made a baby Gengar deck, what card would I put in? You could put in... The tough thing with baby Gengar is it's a stage 2 that doesn't do that much damage. I mean, you probably play it with something like Mewtwo, right? I guess you could play it with Mew. Mew works. It's tough. Yeah, so they're going to set up Zap here for a big burst of damage. Now, we can put in Lee. Other Gallade. We can put in Lee here. I think it's the call. I don't even need to use X speed still, but I can. I could slab, but I could also be slabbing a Professor's, which would be unfortunate. Right? I swing right now for 70. Well, I swing for a lot. Dang, I don't even know, because I swing for a lot. I think I just swing. Because now they have to get Pachirisu out of there. And I guess they got to bring in Zap. With any energy on Pachirisu, I mean, I do even more. They're going to have to retreat to a basic. They have to put another basic on the bench that is not an EX Pokemon. That'd be the only way, right? They could have another Electabuzz. That could give them time. They'd have to keep their energy on point, they'd have to X-Speed Pachirisu into an Electabuzz, Power Zap again. I think that's like probably some of their only options. You think they gave up? They might have, yeah. They might have given up. I ran a Dialga Celebi deck and it worked out pretty well. Does Celebi use colorless? It doesn't, right? Feels like that would be a weird combo, King Vegeta. It's one grass. Oh, okay. It's only one grass and then everything else doesn't matter? Is that right? Why is my brain not working? I don't know why I thought it was based on the amount of grass energy you have. Is there just one grass that matters? Let me take a look. I guess I didn't realize this did that. For each energy attached. Oh yeah, it's just one grass. Still awkward energy placement on it, but I guess you could power it pretty fast. Yeah, they quit. Start routes. 2 lines Magnezone, Drud, Professor Pokeball, 2 helmet, a red card, running water and fire. Oh yeah, you could run that. There's yeah, you can play Drud with Magnezone, and that way you actually play like with enough like energy to actually use Drud to fight. Not a great start for us. That turns into Exeggutor. We're in like deep trouble. Right? Marshadow's not a bad pull. Farfetch is also not a bad pull. We probably get aggressive and smack with Farfetch'd here. It's probably the play. And yes, they're probably going to go eggs. But if they just happen to not have Exeggutor EX yet, we can kind of get something going, right? We run Cape here. This way, if they flip tails, they don't get us immediately, right? Because this brings us down to 60. So that leaves them with 10. It leaves us with 60. So they have to hit heads if they hit Exeggutor EX. If they don't have Exeggutor EX, they either retreat or we pick up a KO. So, not bad. We just now need to get our Kirlia and Gallade very fast. Let's see. Caping the Celebi. They may just like let this go. It's probably fair, huh? Yeah. Okay. So they're just going to let Execute go. They did not get Exeggutor. We have Gallade. We have no Kirlia. And we've not pulled a Professor, so I can't slab it. It's too risky to slab. I have to wait. If I hit a Professors, I could slab. I could have saved a Pokeball to slab here too. But I feel like not hitting either Professors, I just can't slab. In fact, I probably have to pull it from the deck, to be fair. Next turn, it will be probably a Hail Mary slab, because if I don't hit... if I don't hit Kirlia at some point, we'll just never get there, right? You miss every slab you don't take. Very Gretzky. It's very true. All right. We have a Professors. So this is nice. We Professors here. Gallade, Routes. Oh! I don't even want to look at this. Oh no, God, no! Okay, that's bad. That's not good for us. Very bad. Very bad for us. All right. Let's see what they end up doing. They could take me down with Execute here, which would be a bummer. Erica. Oh, you monster. All right. Calculated. Very calculated. We knew. Some people will say, how do you know? We knew. No, not a problem. Basically, is what I'm saying. Not a problem for the crew, right? Yeah. This is now the question is, do I let my Farfetch'd go down here, or do I just wait? I also can like swap it for Routes. The HP is like at a weird spot. I'll hit it for 40, which gives me an option, but I think I just let Marshadow hit here. It's not as ideal, but I've already got my Kirlia online, so we're kind of set up here with Gallade. This brings Execute down to 10. Obviously, they could bring in Celebi, but I don't think they want to, right? Because the Celebi, I mean, Gallade will crack that for a ton of damage. They could be getting Exeggutor EX here, but that's not too bad for us either. It's not great, but it's not awful for us. Because it gives us a chance to actually KO something. They're going to let me keep hitting. I could Pokemon Comms this Ralts to grab Lee at some point. I don't think it matters too much. Okay. I can retreat into Farfetch'd, or I can just not care and swing. I think I'm just swinging. It's gonna give us 2 points, but obviously it was time for us to fight Celebi anyway. They're gonna need to try to get to Gallade somehow, but with Farfetch'd also on the bench, they don't have a great way in, right? Have I run into solo Pachirisu? Yeah, I have. It's a pretty common deck. You see it a decent amount. Obviously, if they Cyrus, they get Farfetch'd. If they Sabrina, they get Farfetch'd. They're gonna flip here. Just not ideal for them, right? Oh, I was gonna say, holy. They're 150 HP. How much damage do I do to them? They got 4 more on them. Yeah, and they quit. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, this is about to be bad, isn't it? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I love you. I'll see y'all next time. We did it!